My name is Christiane Büttner. I'm a PhD candidate at the University of Basel in beautiful Switzerland, and I research everyday experiences of ostracism, that is, being ignored, left out, or excluded by others. And as a research field, ostracism has this very rich tradition of meticulous experiments, manipulating ostracism or inclusion experiences, and then seeing how people respond to that. And obviously, this is great to isolate effects, but it also led to the situation where we know very little about how ostracism presents itself in everyday life, how people experience it, how often, how do they respond in their daily lives, in school, at work, or with their friends and family. And I wanted to close this gap in my dissertation research and found that ExpiWell and the experience sampling method is the perfect way for me to do that. Using this method, I found out that ostracism is quite prevalent. Most people experience ostracism 2 to 3 times a week. I found out that reactions to ostracism in daily life are quite different from reactions in the lab. For instance, antisocial reactions that were thought to be very prevalent are actually not as prevalent in daily life, fortunately. Instead, when people experience mild ostracism, they're more likely to approach others, which is actually good news. I also researched who is most at risk for experiencing ostracism frequently and found that, for instance, sexual minorities or depressed individuals experience ostracism more frequently and report it in the app. But they also respond differently. For instance, depressed individuals often attribute experiences of ostracism to them being burdensome, which may have maladaptive downstream consequences for them and actually hinder their recovery from depression. My recommendation for anyone who's thinking about using experience sampling in their research but isn't quite sure, maybe is also in a research field where experience sampling and ecological momentary assessment are not very common yet, is to just do it, like go for it. When I started my PhD, I knew next to nothing about these methods. I did not know how I would be able to analyze that data set, how I would visualize my findings. And I really learned in the process through the experiences that my participants shared with me, which I'm really grateful for because it can be a very vulnerable experience to be ostracized, how to interpret these findings, how to match them with other reports that I gathered, such as emotions that my participants reported. And it really was transformative in my skills also in data analysis and data visualization. So if you think about it, go for it, and best of luck with your experience sampling research.